right, so we are on the tip top of the Mount of Olives. Bethany is just right over behind the camera. And just a few things to get you oriented to the city so you kind of understand it. We're looking across the Kidron Valley at the Old City. That's the eastern wall of the city. Biblically famous things you might be seeing behind me. You can actually see the two arches in that gatehouse. That's the eastern gate. It's been closed up, but that's where it's prophesied Jesus will enter the city. So that's kind of cool. That's there. What you're seeing is you see the most prominent thing on the horizon is the Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock sits, in my opinion, you know, if I have to guess, sits pretty well exactly where the temple sat at the time of Jesus, which of course creates some conflict. Down here to the south, so the Temple Mount complex would have been right up here. To the south, there are some stairs. Those are really important in our biblical story because this is where common people entered the temple. So like Peter, James, John, Jesus, all those guys would have come up these southern steps and entered the courtyard from there. So a lot of your Bible stories, we definitely talk about some of those, would have taken place down there. As far as the Mount of Olives goes, and we'll get into some more things about it, but the Mount of Olives is really, really an important place just for Jesus and for the Messiah. I always say it's a place where the humanity and the divinity of Christ come together. Because what you see up here is you see a place where, for instance, he cried and wept over the city. It was on the Mount of Olives. The Garden of Gethsemane is on the Mount of Olives. You know, so places where he had very, very human moments where he pleaded with God for another way and got a no, something we all deal with. Places where he walked and talked with friends, you know, because his best friends live just right across on the backside of the mountain. But it's also a place where he ascended from, and it's a place where the Bible tells us he'll come back in, you know, power and glory, and that when he sets foot on the mountain, it'll break, and then he'll enter the city. So it's got all these components of him walking, talking, teaching, just hanging out with friends, all on this hill, looking out at the time over what would have been the valley over towards the temple. So it's really, really cool space. I just want to kind of show it to you guys, intro you to it, because a lot of our upcoming lessons are going to be here.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps us build our channel, which is what we're trying to do. And then if you just can't get enough, head over to thelandinthebible.com where you can subscribe for premium content. Your support there allows us to create more content, travel all around the world and film Bible sites and create those Bible studies that you can enjoy. And it helps support the Creel family in their efforts to work with Syrian and Afghan refugees in Greece. And your support goes a long way.